Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel and tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. So, Robert Mueller's secret memos have been revealed. Some kind of Freedom of Information Act that BuzzFeed and CNN got a bunch of documents. Most of them I don't care about, except this one right here. And about Steve Bannon that sent an email to Jared Kushner on November 5th. Okay. And I think Manafort had sent an email that same day. Not exactly sure. November 5th, 2016, saying to Kushner that, warning him that we need to avoid Manafort like the plague. And what does he say? We need so this is Steve Bannon. Here's the actual document right there. It says we need to avoid this guy like the plague. That's from Steve Bannon to Jared Kushner. The regarding securing the victory, which I find some pretty strange language. Not that kind of sounds like making sure we keep the victory after we win or after the election. You all know my theory, okay? It hasn't changed. I believe that Trump and Hillary fixed the 2016 election along with many other high-level people, and that she lost on purpose. I don't know exactly how that all worked out. Excuse me, but that's my theory. And this goes along with it pretty good, if you ask me. So, he's saying to Jared Kushner, we need to avoid this guy like the plague. They're going to try and say the Russians worked with WikiLeaks to give this victory to us. Paul's a nice guy, but can't let word get out he is advising us, because supposedly he was advising the campaign, even though he had been fired by it, all the way up to now. So, the thing that cracks me up about this is that, nobody thought Trump was going to win the election. Okay, so, but let's just say that Steve Bannon is some genius, and that he somehow knew something that nobody else thought, and he knew they were going to win. I think he did know they were going to win because it was fixed. But it's still not guaranteed on the other end of this conspiracy that I'm talking about on the Hillary side, that she's holding up her end of the bargain by intentionally not spending resources in the swing states, which turned out to be very true. Trump absolutely annihilated her. I didn't bring it up, and I will in this, because if you compare Bush Gore to Trump Clinton, okay, Bush Gore, where Gore won the popular vote by like 500,000, less than 500,000 votes, but the Electoral College was razor thin, absolutely razor thin margins, to the extent that they had to recount the votes, when they're counting, hanging chads, down to like individual votes, okay, in one state. That's the Electoral College. It was razor thin. So Hillary wins the popular vote, not by 500,000, but by 3 million votes. But she is absolutely, completely destroyed in the Electoral College. She doesn't win a single swing state. It's like 8 states. It's almost very close to being mathematically impossible for that to happen. Okay? It's not there. Without it being intentional, without the loser intentionally losing. So I brought up here the Bush Gore results just to compare them to Trump Clinton. And this Bush Gore is what a victory looks like when you have somebody that wins the popular vote versus somebody who wins the presidency by winning the Electoral College. It's absolutely as tight as can be. You have Bush winning 271 versus Gore's 266 electoral votes, but Gore won by 450,000 votes, popular-wise. But it was razor thin. We all know about the recount in Florida. I don't know which states of the swing states that Trump, that Bush won versus Gore, but it was tight as can be. Whereas in Hillary Clinton's case, she wins by 3 million votes, but then she loses the Electoral College by, from 304 Trump to 227 Hillary. It's almost mathematically impossible unless it's intentional. And she lost every single swing state there is, in some cases very bigly. And but she manages to gain 1 million votes over Obama in 2012. Obama's in California. Obama Romney. It's like they were intentionally directing resources to places where she didn't need it. But I made that point in another video, but I think I was shouting, so I deleted the video. But back to Bannon, so let's say he's some genius and he knew something that nobody else did, and he was able to see that Trump was going to win the election when no one thought it. Nobody. It's the most shocking thing ever politically, ever. But let's just say he did. According to these emails, he also knew that they were going to try to overturn the election or try to basically blame it on Russia. He's literally projecting things that would happen that haven't happened yet, And I mean, it's hilarious how this Business Insider or Insider piece actually, phrases it, how Bannon is prophesizing. He's predicting the future before it happens. Bannon was specifically referring to a memo that Manafort had forwarded to Kushner, which was the object of Kushner's original outreach to Bannon. But he was also prophesizing the narrative that would completely derail Trump's presidency and spurn the Mueller investigation into Russia's influence on the election and the presidency. He was prophesizing it because he's a genius. It's silly, and it's more of the emails over here, over at BuzzFeed, who originally reported on it. Bannon's emails show that Manafort was still advising the Trump campaign 3 days before the election on November 8th, despite having been fired in August, and said the campaign needed to hide that fact. Manafort emailed Kushner on November 5th and wrote that he was feeling really good about our prospects on Tuesday. He said that he was focused on preserving the victory. Okay, preserving the victory. I like how they have that in quotes there. Like, why would they have to preserve the victory after winning an election? Because they knew, okay? Because they knew that it was all rigged, dude, and that people were going to be like, how the hell did that happen? And so they cooked up this Russia hoax, which is a hoax perpetrated by themselves, by Trump and his people. And it's almost like where a dude who gets accused by his woman or his girlfriend of accused of cheating on her, but the one time he's actually innocent, he hammers her, and then from then on, every time the woman accuses him of cheating on him, he just points to that first time where he was actually innocent. That's what the Russia investigation is, and that's why he's doing in the impeachment thing. That's why they keep going to this Russia hoax, because they created it. Because they were, sort of innocent of the... Anyways, I hope you get my point. I think you do. So Manafort emailed Kushner on November 5th and wrote that he was feeling really good about our prospects on Tuesday. Like I said, he said that he was focused on preserving the victory and had sent Kushner a memo dealing with this concern. Manafort wrote that he had sent the memo to Reince Priebus, the former chair of the Republican National Committee and Trump's former chief of staff, and briefed Rick Gates and Hannity. Kushner forwarded the email to Bannon the same day and asked him what he thought. Kushner forwarded the email to Bannon the same day and asked him what he thought. We need to avoid this guy like the plague, Bannon said in an email to Kushner dated November 5th. Paul's a nice guy, but can't let word get out of his advising us. They're going to try to say the Russians worked with WikiLeaks to give this victory to us. He's saying that 3 days before the election, okay? WikiLeaks happened in June of that summer. This is now November 5th, 3 days before an election that absolutely shocks the world, that he's already certain they're going to win. And not only is he certain that they're going to win, he's certain that after they win, they're going to blame it on a Russia collusion. That he already knows in advance that they're going to do that. It's totally crazy, man. And so, but you know, so this genius knows that, but he's also the same guy as Bannon that is continuously saying that Hillary Clinton's still going to enter the race. This genius says that Hillary Clinton's going to get into the 2020 election, the Hillary Clinton that won the popular vote but got annihilated in the Electoral College, who lost every single swing state there was, 8 out of 8. He's predicting she's going to get into this election. This is the genius who predicted 2016 that they would win when nobody thought they would, and that Russia collusion would actually happen before it even happened. But he's predicting Hillary's going to join the 2020 race, who lost every single swing state in 2016. It doesn't totally equate, if you follow what I'm saying. And that's the story there. That's the story there. All right, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.